Hello, welcome to Thor Talk, the show all about Marvel's resident god of thunder, where I discuss Thor feats, battles, story arcs, villains, and more. On this episode of Thor Talk, we take a look at the original villains for Thor Ragnarok that were changed far into production. So sit back and prepare to look at the original villains of the movie on Thor Talk.
I am Thor the Thunderer, son of Odin, prince of Asgard. I am an Avenger, and this world is under my protection.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if it be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
People often seem quite concerned with a trailer spoiling a movie, but many forget the influence that toys can have on revealing key plot details. LEGO in particular has a habit of showing key scenes for Marvel movies months before their release. Such is the case when the Thor Ragnarok LEGO set, The Ultimate Battle for Asgard, was leaked on May 1st, 2017. This set teased a battle between Hela and her minions against Thor and his allies. However, the goddess of death did not appear to have an army of undead Asgardian warriors by her side, but rather spiky green and black creatures labeled as berserkers. It appears that these berserkers made up Hela's original army in Thor Ragnarok and were changed to the undead warriors that the script labels as Hela's butchers. Now, LEGO sets are often inaccurate to what the movie portrays. After all, the Iron Man 3 sets teased a battle between Iron Man and the Mandarin, who is riding a tank that resembles a lawnmower with missiles. However, the Berserkers can actually be seen in the first trailer for Thor Ragnarok. In this scene, we see Heimdall killing what appears to be a Berserker, and as far as I can tell, this exact scene did not make it into the final cut. However, it does establish that the Berserkers were going to be in the movie. So, why did the Berserkers get cut in favor of Hela's butchers? To answer this question, we must first look at what the Berserkers are. Looking into the comics, the closest approximation is the Black Berserkers from the God Butcher saga. These creatures were extensions of Gorr the God Butcher, who created them using his Necrosword. The Necrosword is a weapon that makes solid shapes from shadows, and Gorr used it to slaughter entire pantheons of gods. The Black Berserkers were essentially his guard dogs, who watched over the remains of the gods he butchered and ensured that King Thor did not leave his palace. Now, the connection to Gorr makes sense, as in the movie, Hela is a cross between the classic Hela and Gorr the God Butcher. As executive producer Brad Winderbaum confirmed in an interview, Hela's design is based on Jack Kirby's Hela, but her power set is based on Gorr the God Butcher, giving her the ability to summon infinite shadow weapons. Winderbaum went on to explain that the reasoning behind this is, in the comics, Hela's only defined power is that if she touches people, they die. She didn't really have a defined power set, so they gave her Gorr's in order to make her more defined. So it appears that the Berserkers in the movie would have also been extensions of Hela as they were of Gorr in the comics, especially given their resemblance to Hela with green and black spikes. However, it appears that they decided to change Hela's minions into undead warriors that seem quite similar to the Draugr, Hela's own army in the comics. I believe this was done to pay more homage to her classic comic roots and the fact that she is the goddess of death rather than the God Butcher. In the end, I think it was the right move, as it feels less like Hela was a stand-in for Gorr, even if it came at the price of the Berserkers. Well, that's all for this episode of Thor Talk. If you want to keep up with Thor Talk and all Thor-related news, follow Thor Talk on Instagram @Thor Talk. You can also keep up with and support Thor Talk by simply subscribing. Once again, I'd like to formally state that all art and videos owned by its respected companies, and I own none of it. With that said, see you next time on Thor Talk, where...
You'll be holding breathless wonder.